Raid Shadow Legends has been out for more than 6 years now, and even if you've played from day one, there's still some secrets you probably didn't know about. From tricks that will save you hundreds of millions of silver, to positioning tricks that can save your dungeon run, and even ways to flex in front of your guildmates, today I'm gonna be going over 10 raid facts you probably didn't know about. And trust me, fact number 10 will blow your mind, or at least it's gonna bring a little bit of color to your life. Make sure to stick around to the end, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday, where I do free account takeovers. If you still haven't started Raid, or you're thinking about starting yourself a second account, download the game from my download link and support the channel for free, and you're also gonna get yourself tons of extra amazing champions, and if you use the promo code section in your first 24 hours, you can also pick one of these amazing legendaries. Now, let's get into the facts. The first fact is gonna be regarding positioning. Did you guys know that positioning in Raid actually matters big time? For instance, if you're gonna be getting hit with an AoE attack, your champions will actually get hit one by one in a particular order. And that order is starting from the leader, and it goes into a zigzag like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is the order in which champions will take the damage. And some of you might think, well, so what, they're all just gonna take the damage anyway, but no, there's actually quite a few intricacies to this that are gonna help you big time in order to minimize the damage you actually take. For instance, we have several champions in the game with cool passives, and the first one that comes to mind for me would be one of the first epics I actually opened on my account, which is none other than Seeker. And what does Seeker do? Well, read. His passive actually places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns when hit with a critical hit. This is not as important in things like Hydra, but if you're using this guy or somebody similar in something like Arena, where crits are always gonna be happening, it's gonna be massively important for your champions actually to be getting that increased defense before they actually take the hit, and that's exactly what will happen. Seeker gets hit, he gives increased defense to everybody else, and then everybody else starts taking the damage one by one with 60% increased defense, which is huge. While we're on the subject for that, we can also talk about ally protection and how that's gonna work, and here it's actually quite the opposite. You want your champion protection champion to be the last taking the damage, because what's gonna happen is your ally protector puts the buff on, and after the Hydra, let's say, slaps you, everybody starts taking the damage in the zigzag I already talked about, and the last champion taking the damage would be your ally protector, and if this guy actually is gonna die from that hit, he's gonna die last after he took all of the other damage from the other people. So this way you could actually be getting yourself quite a lot of extra cheesy wins, or just a little bit of min-maxing in your favor. And that's not the only way positioning matters. The next fact a lot of people don't know about, I'd assume veterans do know this one because it's actually pretty important, is positioning matters when we go for ally attacks. For instance, against Fire Knight, especially stage 10 hard, it is extremely important for your freezing champion on A1 to be the last in the team. Because again, the order in which champions are gonna ally attack is the order in which they are in the team. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, however, the ally attack champion attacks first, so let's say if Mikage decides to ally attack, she attacks first, and then we have Podrick, Marius, Queen of Hearts, and last but definitely not least, we have Newt, which is super important because he does have a triple hitter on his A1, which also has a chance of placing freeze, which is the best way to control Fire Knight. So yes, be smart about how you position your champions, and this will actually allow you to unlock much harder pieces of content. Fact number 3 is regarding the clan boss, and here, did you guys know there's actually a hard cap on how much damage you could be dealing to the clan boss? And for those who are paying attention, you can actually see the hard cap right now. I mean, it's no secret at this point, 2.14 billion is the hard cap you could have in terms of damage when it comes down to raid. I think this is something coming down to programming and whatnot, that basically hard limits the damage in this way so they can save memory or something, because bigger numbers go burr. But yes, 2.14 billion is the absolute maximum damage you could be dealing to clan boss, and honestly anything above 1.18 billion is kinda whatever, cause the clan boss is already dead. But yeah, this is an intriguing little fact, which we have been seeing quite more often nowadays, because basically with all of these insane clan boss teams, with Titus, with Infinity, with everything in between, well, it's just not exactly super hard to be dealing these tons of damage nowadays. While we're on this subject, let me remind you of the other secret most people actually don't know about in Raid, which is you could actually save your clan boss key if you've accidentally, let's say, started the team with half a team, or you remembered your team is not geared or something like that. You could actually save your your key by just actually closing the game, but not with end battle or something like that. You actually want to Alt F4 and exit the game completely. I think this also works on phones. You can just close the app and that again should work the same way, but don't quote me on that one. I haven't done it on phone, I'm just assuming here. But yes, after you log back into the game is gonna tell you the game crashed or experienced some weird stuff, and you know what that weird stuff is. You actually did the weird stuff yourself, but we did that because we knew it is actually going to save our key, so we can actually not waste it. Here we have it, the previous battle was not finished. No, we do not want to be sending anything, because we know exactly what happened. And here we can see I still have both my Demon Lord keys nice and saved, and I can in turn just do the maximum damage right now instead. And here, once I go with Quick Battle, I should again be getting the maximum damage of 2.14 bill, as long as everything goes according to plan. There we go, 2.14. Everything is as right as rain. If you found this tip helpful, drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you feel like I've earned it, because the next tip really is probably gonna change the way you play the game. This is something I actually used quite a lot back in the day when I was first starting off and silver was absolutely brutal to actually farm, and I literally saved hundreds of thousands of millions, probably even more. Okay, maybe that over-exaggerates it, but you get it. I literally saved hundreds of millions for sure. And what is this trick I'm talking about? You can actually level up your gear for basically free. You can literally level up an item from 15 to 16 with a single roll, always. This tip has been out in public for a long time, but not very many people actually know about it still, and the main reason for that is it's actually kind of annoying to pull off and not at all fun. But if you're really in a pinch for silver, you could trade off a little bit of your time to actually get this job done like this. And what is this trick I'm talking about? Well, basically, gear actually shares the amounts of rolls it needs to give you the next level up. This sounds complicated, and it really took me quite a while to actually figure it out back in the day when I was first starting off, but there's actually quite a few detailed guides about this thing out there, so I'm just gonna show you quickly in practice what it means. If I want to level up this item from 15 to 16, it could literally cost me above 30 attempts, and a single attempt right now costs 32,000 silver. If this thing happens 30 times, that's gonna be above 1 mil silver, which definitely is not very fun. But what I can do instead is I can level up my lower gear items, the amounts of time this thing needs to actually level, and the way we can do that is, first, if you're on computer, you go to your network settings and you disable your network device. Now, we go back to the game and you're gonna notice we're still actually in the game. Even though we don't have any internet, let me show you here. Here's the little, here's my little ass in front of it. But yeah, here's the little icon. We don't have any internet. Let me put myself back in. And what we do is we go and try to upgrade this item and see how many attempts it's gonna take. I don't know how Raid manages their server or their game or anything like that, but this definitely is some kind of a flaw in their system, because look at this. I can actually start upgrading with this button. It's very important to use this button and not this one, because this one is gonna start using those predetermined numbers of rolls this piece of gear needs. And now let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, this may take a while, 4, 5, I'm gonna count in my head so it's not annoying, 10 rolls already, 15 rolls, 25. This would have been expensive, guys. 28 rolls, look at this. Now the game realizes there's no internet. 28 rolls, which is, if I remember correctly, I haven't done this in a year or so, but if I remember correctly, above 28, it's not actually guaranteed it's gonna take exactly 28 rolls, but still this information is important. Now, we get that internet back. It takes about 10 seconds for the thing to actually come back online. After it's online, we click continue, not retry, because we don't want to retry what just happened. So we click continue, and now you need to pick other 5 or 6 star items that are level 10 at least. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna level up this thing up to 12, and we're gonna count down from the 28 we knew that that weapon is gonna take. So here's what it looks like. We start leveling. 1, 2, 3, again, counting in mind, 7. So now we know we have 21 more rolls that need to happen before we attempt to level up that weapon. Was it 28? okay, 21. Let's call it 20 to be on the safe side. I'm very good at this, what can I say? So, 20 more rolls. That took us 7 attempts, but it was costing a lot less than what it was. This one now is going to be costing 21, and let's not forget the other one was costing 32,000. Let's keep on leveling. 5. So we need 15 more rolls of levels of about 10 to 12. We look for another boot that's doesn't have to be a boot, but that's what I have. So let's keep on leveling this. 10 more attempts left. 3. Okay, I think we need 3 more attempts for this thing to happen. And I can actually test it. Like, I'm not exactly sure right now, but what I can do is I can again turn off my internet and test again the same item, because I'm very bad at counting. I'm kind of out of shape. Been doing this quite a lot back in the day, but nowadays not so much. So again, I turn off the internet and let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4 was my guess as well. There you have it, guys. We literally saved ourselves, what was that? 27 attempts, basically 300,000 silver right there for this item alone. So now I bring back the internet, I click continue, I find myself another item of level 10 or more. Here's this boot, let's say, and I level it up 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this thing leveled, but fret not, this was not the big item level. The big item level is actually on a separate leveling. I don't know how it works, guys. I'm just abusing it basically, and here we go. One shot. Easy. Easy, guys. Not only did we level this just for 32,700 silver, we also leveled up this boot, and this boot, and this boot for several levels with a lot cheaper attempts. You could be using this on your accessories, you could be using this on anything, and there are a lot more intricacies to this to make it even more efficient. I think you can also use level 13 and 14 items in a different manner, but this tip alone is really gonna save you millions of silver. Yes, it does take a lot more time than it's supposed to, but if you're in a pinch for silver, this is the best way to do it. I myself no longer use this trick because it's just way too much for my liking. And you could do the same thing on your phone. It's actually slightly easier even. You could just do the same thing, but instead of turning off your internet, you basically do turn off your internet, but you go to airplane mode, which is a lot more convenient and quicker for you, and it actually might be a little bit less time intensive if you do this on your phone. There are plenty of guides about this thing out there, some of which are a lot more complicated than they need to be, but yes, what you basically do is you prepare yourself with a bunch of level 10 items. This boot, for instance, we could use the instant upgrade here and level it up like this, just a couple of times, and move it up to level 10, and after that turn off the instant level up and start using the 1x1 button, so you could be cheating out extra expensive rolls for cheap. Do not use this yellow button, like I said. This is an absolute random number. It's always absolutely random, so it's not taking up any of the attempts we talked about thus far. But yeah, do let me know in the comments if you want me to make a detailed guide about this trick, because it really can save you millions of silver. The next raid fact is regarding the live arena. And did you guys actually know there is bots in live arena? And even though live arena is supposed to be against live people, it's in the name, it's supposed to happen real time. If you actually lose 3 games in a row, Raid is gonna throw you a bot, which is gonna be actually a real person's account that probably doesn't play anymore. I'm not sure about that, but I think it's like that. And the game is gonna take control of them. They're gonna play very slowly, they're gonna pick their champion every time after 15 seconds, and the team they pick is gonna be pretty random. You're gonna see things like Scylla the Drakes, you're gonna see some random epics. It's really obvious when you're playing against the bot, and they're always gonna pick their first available champion as a leader, and they're always gonna ban your first available champion as a target for the ban. From the battle logs, I don't have too much battle logs right now to show you, but it is pretty obvious once you actually see it. And it's pretty annoying because the bots are playing intentionally slowly, like they always take about 15 seconds to make a move no matter how obvious it is, and it's really downright annoying like that. I don't know why they have to do it like that. Another thing a lot of people don't actually realize, they probably noticed it but they probably don't know what the rates are, is you can actually be farming ancient shards from dungeons. Not only that, you could even farm ancient shards from things like potion keeps, like here it is. The item pool is actually a chance to get yourself an ancient shard. The odds are super slim, but I think it's something along the lines of 0.5% chance, don't quote me on that one, but yes, you are actually capable of getting yourself a few ancient shards here and there, probably about 5 to 10 each month if you just farm normally. If you go harder, it's probably gonna be even more. And this is valid for all the dungeons, by the way. Here we have Ice Golem giving ancient shards, Fire Knight as well. Heck, even Sand Devil has a chance to do that. I'm not exactly sure if every dungeon is built the same and has the exact same chance of dropping an Ancient Shard, but they all can. The only exclusions would be Minotaur, as well as the Iron Twins. Even the event dungeon is dropping Ancient Shards for anybody wondering. Another trick most people really should know about is you can actually skip collecting daily login rewards and progression rewards, and even the Ninja Turtle rewards we had just a few days ago, by using several tricks. When you are in the daily login reward, if you're like me and you don't want to burn off your energy, let's say, what you could do is, instead of collecting it, you could actually press the button R, and that is gonna bring you into the shop. From here, if you just close this, if I still had daily login rewards, that would not have been enough. Heck, even if I don't have daily rewards to collect, it still brings me back to the daily logins. But yes, we press the R button, and from here, you gotta actually go to your, let's say, Classic Arena or 3v3 Arena or anything like that, and all you gotta do is either do a fight or even just click refresh. And after you press the X button, it's no longer gonna be into the daily login reward. This is super effective and helpful if you really want to be min-maxing on your energy, because right now, God knows, I'd feel kinda bad burning a couple of energy while trying to deplete it back to under 130. It's not a huge tip, but it's definitely helpful to know. The next great fact that might blow your mind is you could actually be playing the game with keyboard short commands. Obviously this only works on the PC, but there's tons of buttons you could be using in order to play the game quicker. I already told you that the R button opens up your shop, but also the button C opens up your champions nice and quick, the button L opens up your daily quests, K opens up your missions, and so on and so forth. I actually have a very detailed video about this where I show you all of the different commands you could be using in the different places of the game. And the most important ones would be during actual fights, and that really is gonna save you tons and tons of time. Like, imagine playing the Chimera and clicking the buttons one after the other like a freaking monkey, when you can actually be using cool keyboard commands instead. Like, for instance, if I press the button T, that's gonna turn it off auto, and now I actually get to decide what skill I could be using, and with the button Q I can use the first one, with W I select the second, with E I select the third, and if we had more skills like on Arbiter or on Mythicals, I could click the R button. Here it does select the passive, I can't do anything with the passive, so obviously it's just gonna A1, but yeah, you get the picture. This really does save a lot of time, and it really is a very, very valuable tip. That is why I even made a Reddit post about this thing, showcasing all of these tips nice and quick. People did enjoy this, not as much as I was hoping for given how much work this actually took, but yes, you could actually check out my Reddit post about it, you could watch my old video about it, which is going very much into detail, and that is gonna get you set up for success when it comes down to keyboard commands. The next fact also revolves around keyboard commands, but also about animation canceling, guys. Like, something like this is super important in things like League of Legends and so on, but it can actually be super important in Raid if you're, let's say, in a pinch for time, you're just finishing off a champion chase tournament or a summon rush tournament and you need to get those shards open nice and quick. You can actually cancel animations in Raid, guys. You could be doing this with mystery shards, with ancient shards, with void shards, and with primal shards. It doesn't work with sacred shards. Well, it actually does. Here's what I'm talking about. If you use the single summon button, you can click this and look at how much time it's gonna take to open this thing. Like, literally 5 to 6 business days right there. Look at that. What you could do instead is you buy this, like this, and you press escape. Are you hearing that? The shard is still getting open in the background. Here, let me show it again. Get that? That is literally Raid Shadow Legends speedrun right there, guys. This thing also works with tenors. Like with tenors, you can do the exact same thing. There you go. This is super important. I'm not gonna start doing this on my ancient shards or voids or primals, I can tell you that much, but you can literally be doing this even on your sacred shards if you're gonna be pulling singles, which is the only thing you could be pulling with sacreds. But yeah, you get the picture. This way you could get yourself a lot more points quickly if you really want to be going fast on that champion chase tournament, or in some cases even if on event, if you're that late on your summon rush and you really want to get yourself tons of points quick, this would be a great way to do so. Again, this only works on the PC because you have an escape button on the PC, but yes, use this tip to your advantage. And finally, the last tip I was talking about from the beginning is one that actually did blow my mind, and 99% of my guildmates also didn't know about this thing, and we're talking about people that have been playing this game for over 6 years, guys. So they literally know everything about this game. Did you guys know you can actually type in different colors in Raid? This is not a very important thing, but it's definitely cool flex flex you could be using on your guildmates. And what you basically do is you get to use the HTML code to write in different colors. For instance, now we're gonna be writing in the color red because this is the hex number or whatever the hell it is. But yeah, this is basically the color code for red. And here's what it looks like. Amazing, right? Nice and red like that. No, I'm not talking about that, guys. Here's how it actually looks like. Pretty cool, right? Alright? And this is especially cool because you could be flexing on your clanmates with your description, with your messages, basically make yourself look a lot cooler, because this is not gonna be like this, written with the stupid code in front. And even though it is gonna look like this, stupid with the freaking code in front, it is gonna be written in the color you chose in the chat section like this. But if you open it, yes, it becomes kind of silly like that. Like I said, there are all sorts of different colors you could be using. This one is gonna make it in purple, which is also pretty cool. Not that cool visually, but yeah, it's kind of awesome like that. If you guys want, I can leave the other codes, or you can just search for these HTML color codings and you could be flexing on your chat like that and get some style points. So yeah, guys, do let me know in the comments if you actually knew about all of these secret raid facts that not many players actually know about. And if you did, well, here. This is your imaginary raid god crown. Wear it in good health. Hope you found the video helpful, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be awesome. Don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday for free account takeovers, and also download the game through my download link if you want to support the channel for free and start raid the right way. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.